Hey guys, welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast. It is a Tuesday and we are beginning the NBA playoffs. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me at Sports Talk Matt. BettingPros Twitter handle is at BettingPros. BetMGM is the title sponsor of this podcast. $10 bet to win $150. The promo code's above me. Juice150 at betmgm.com for new users. Okay. Some of you are being very supportive, and I appreciate every single one of you. Hopefully, you are fading these bets. Hopefully, I'm making you money by going against my plays. Look, for those of you who might be new, my job is to give you what I bet every day. If I'm losing, and boy, am I losing, you guys can just fade the bets. You would have been 2-0 last night if you had faded my bets. I liked the picks last night. Man, the only thing I got right was the Alex Wood strikeout prop from my show, from my other show. Everything else I got wrong. Only made 3 bets, but 0-2 as we get 6 goals in the hockey game between Montreal and Winnipeg. Not 6.5 or 7. We're one shy there. And then a run scores in the top of the 5th, a 2-1. I told you it was going to be tight. I knew it was going to be tight. 2-1. First 5, we lose that with the Giants. Alex Wood did get over 4.5 Ks. Still like Alex Wood a lot. Still like Logan Webb a lot. We'll still bet those guys a lot. It's just where we are. So I went and did a little accounting as to how badly things are going. So over the last 12 days, dating back to the 31st of March, my picks have gone 12-23. We are down 6.2 units. But this is a free podcast. This is the thing about the Daily Juice. I know some of you are new, and some of you are like, wow, I can't believe how transparent you are. This is what we do, guys. Like, this is nothing new for you guys who've been around for a while. You've seen me go this cold before. This is one of the worst unit losses stretches. I've gone 12-23 before, but down 6 units, that's over a 12-day period. That's a little steep. That's steeper than normal. The Masters kicked my ass. I mean, that's the biggest reason why it's that is because I went a little aggressive into the Masters, and that's really not all that good. If you add in the futures, by the way, I guess it's worse. I guess if they add it in, it's actually 13-25 because we went 1-2 on the futures. You got the Warriors win total right. We bet Knicks over and Hawks over. We missed both of those. So that would be down another unit on that. So it's actually down 7.2 units. So even worse. So this is approaching record territory in the 2.5-year history of the Juice to have this type of bad run. But look, I keep going, I keep firing, and if you guys want to fade the bets today, I will not, and will never be upset if you guys fade it. Don't be a jerk about it. But if you say, hey, Matt, I can't bet with you, man, you're too cold, you're going to make me money going other ways, thank you. Yes, there's all sorts of people on Twitter call themselves fade gods and whatever. Yes, if you want to fade everything I'm doing, I'm not going to be mad at you at all right now. It's been a bad stretch. So here's where I go. I turtle. I make 2 plays a podcast, and I bet half units on each one until we figure out our way out of it, okay? There are 2 NBA basketball games here today. I'm going to bet them both. If you want to fade it, go right ahead, okay? I'm not going to be mad. In fact, if you are liking the other side, you should be happy that I'm on this side. This is profitable for you to be up against me here going into these 2 games. Let's start with the early one. The Nets are hosting the Cleveland Cavaliers. Cavaliers will not have Jared Allen available. He's been ruled out for the game, which is a big, big problem. Okay, so Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving are together. These guys have been absolute steamrollers when they're on, right? It's one game. They win the game. They are the 7 seed, and they move on to take on the Boston Celtics in a best-of-7 series. Do not like that Boston's going to play Brooklyn, but Brooklyn wins this game, okay? I'm not going to argue Brooklyn's going to win this game. The question is, do they cover? Cleveland's been extraordinarily inconsistent. Both these teams against the number have sucked recently. The Nets at home, Brooklyn at home is 9-31-1 ATS. 9-31-1. On the road, Cleveland is 20-19-2. And I fully understand you're going to go, well, Matt, without Jared Allen, I mean, that's a huge deal. That's a really big problem for them. Okay, I'll give you that. Seth Curry's probable. Okay. Dragic is probable. Simmons is out. Harris is done for the season for the Nets. 8.5 is the total. Is the spread. I just don't think Brooklyn covers the spread. These two teams played 2 games ago, okay, in Brooklyn. Line was 8.5. Lost by 11. They covered, okay? But in the first meeting between these two teams, the Cleveland Cavaliers won the game outright. Now, they were catching 5.5. Sorry, that was the second game. Sorry, they played. Let me run through the whole schedule. First time they played, they were catching 5.5, and they lost by... catching 10, lost by 10. It was a push on the road. In the games in Cleveland against Brooklyn, they were laying 4. They won by 7. That was without Kyrie Irving. And then late in the year, they took on Brooklyn, and they were catching 8.5, and they lost by 11. Here's the thing. I don't think the Nets really care about how much that they win the game by. I could see them be up by 20 points. And then they pull the dogs off. And then we see the lead just melt. And it turns into a 5-point win for the Nets. Can they blow out the Cavaliers? Absolutely. Could this be just an epic performance? KD goes for 40. Kyrie goes for 30. They win this game going away, and they remind everybody that they are the Brooklyn Nets, and when they want to turn it on, they can kill people. Yes, I will give you that. But they have shook up this team, okay? And a lot of these games were in Brooklyn. They had James Harden playing with this roster, okay, before the big trade happened. So we haven't seen much about this. Cleveland against the Eastern Conference this season was 26-23-3. Brooklyn was 22-28-2. Losing record against the East. Winning record against the East. Don't think they win, but I'm taking the 8.5 points. The reason why this number is 8.5 is because they had to put a number high enough for the pros to at least be quasi-interested in Cleveland, because the public's going to come in here and bet the Brooklyn Nets. I'm taking the points in a playoff game. Cleveland plus 8.5 on the road at the Brooklyn Nets for a half a unit. Other game is the late game, and this game is going to be really fun. While Cleveland versus Brooklyn might not be that close, Clippers at Minnesota could be outstanding basketball. Line is great. Home team favored by 3. T-Wolves by 3. On the road this year, the Clippers are 20-20-1. At home this year, Minnesota is 28-18-2. Against the West this year, T-Wolves 30-21-1. The Clippers 26-26. On the year, 40-41-1 for the Clippers. From Minnesota, 42-38-2. I mean, we're talking a razor-thin difference between these two teams. Most often, when I see teams this closely in a playoff series, for the last 5, the Clippers have covered. Clippers have won games. They've won 5 games in a row. 4 of those 5 they covered. Clippers beat OKC by 50. They beat Sacramento by 19. Beat Phoenix by 4. Beat New Orleans by 19. Beat Milwaukee by 34. On the flip side, last 4 games in a row, we do not see the Timberwolves cover. They lost by 4 to Chicago, beat San Antonio by 6, lost to Washington by 18, beat Houston by 7. They lost to Toronto by 23, lost to Boston by 22. They've won 2 games in their last, 7, and they've only covered 2 of them. I think the Clippers win the game outright, but given how cold I am, I'm going to take the points here. Take the Clippers at +3 against the Timberwolves. I am fascinated by this game. I can't wait to watch this game. I think these teams are so evenly matched. So I'll take the points. I think it may come down to 1 or 2 possessions. It may come down to a rebound here, a loose ball here. I just think the Clippers have been playing better basketball down the stretch. I don't care that they're on the road. I'm going to take the Clippers here. Clippers +3 for a half a unit in the second game for our play-in for the NBA playoffs. Dog. Okay? Let's have a dog barking Tuesday night here. I'll probably have some personal plays going. I'll probably pop into the Discord channel. By the way, if you've not joined it, rejoined it. If you got booted, come back in. BettingPros.com/chat to get into it, or the link underneath me on YouTube gets you right in. It's free. Don't sell you anything. Just a way of hanging out with us. We had 13,000 users, and we cut it in half because it was a bad deal. So hopefully that never happens again. Hopefully we get you guys back in on the Discord channel. So come back in, at least sign up. Even if you don't hang up, just come back or hang out. Come back and sign up so you can hang out when you want. All right? Ice cold, fade away. If you like favorites, you're going to like my bets. Bet Nets, Timberwolves, because I am betting Cavaliers and the Clippers, +8.5 and +3 here on a Tuesday. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.